Being a 17, accused of a cruel prank that ruined your school's gala, humiliated in front of everyone, and branded a liar. That was me, suspended, mocked, and abandoned. But I had proof, and I wasn't staying silent. I launched a podcast that exposed the real culprits and their dirty secrets, turning their perfect reputations to dust. Want to know how I got justice with a single mic drop? Stick around. This story will leave you speechless. Hey everyone, I'm Lily Parker. I'm 19, living in Austin, and I'm the host of a podcast called Unmuted that's taken the internet by storm. But 2 years ago, I was just a quiet high school kid, betrayed by the popular crowd and blamed for something I didn't do. Today, I'm sharing a real-life story from my life, a story of pain, resilience, and the kind of justice that feels like a perfectly timed truth bomb. If you've ever been wronged, underestimated, or silenced, this one's for you. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's dive into a story that might just touch your heart. Ready? Here we go. I grew up in a cozy Austin neighborhood, where the air smelled of barbecue and live oak, and high school was a maze of cliques and unspoken rules. My family was simple. My mom was a nurse, my dad a mechanic, and I was the shy kid who loved books and gadgets. I wasn't popular, didn't wear the right clothes, or say the right things. My hair was always in a messy ponytail, my jeans a size too big, but I was okay with that. I had my sketchbooks, my music, and a knack for noticing details others missed. At 17, I was the quiet one in class, sitting in the back, doodling circuit diagrams or jotting down song lyrics. I wasn't invisible, though. I was useful. Classmates borrowed my notes, asked for help on projects, and I'd share, thinking it made me part of something. My biggest mistake was trusting the wrong people, the trio who ran our school like their personal kingdom. There was Chloe, the queen bee, with glossy blonde hair and a smile that could cut glass. She was head cheerleader, always surrounded by admirers, her laugh loud enough to echo down the halls. Jake, her boyfriend, was the star quarterback, all charm and swagger, with a grin that got him out of trouble. And then there was Mia, their sidekick, sharp-tongued and loyal to Chloe, always ready with a sarcastic jab. They were the kind of kids who got invited to every party, who made you feel small just by looking at you. They'd tease me in subtle ways. "Nice thrift store vibe, Lily," Chloe would say, smirking as Jake laughed. Mia would roll her eyes, muttering, "Why so quiet, weirdo?" I brushed it off, kept my head down. They'd copy my biology notes, ask me to explain math problems, and I'd help, thinking it meant they respected me. I was wrong. The charity gala was the school's big event, held in the gym, transformed with fairy lights and banners, raising money for a local shelter. I was on the planning committee, setting up tables, taping posters, my hands sticky with glitter glue. It was my chance to feel like I belonged. But during the gala, chaos erupted. Someone had swapped the donation jars with fakes, filled with chocolate coins wrapped in gold foil. The principal announced it mid-event, the crowd gasping as $2,000 in real donations vanished. All eyes turned to me. Chloe, standing by the stage, pointed and said, "Lily was in charge of the jars. I saw her messing with them." Jake backed her up, his voice loud. "Yeah, she was acting weird all night." Mia chimed in, "Classic prank, Lily. Too bad you got caught." My heart stopped, my face burning as the gym went silent. I stammered, "I didn't do it." But no one listened. The principal pulled me aside, his face stern. "Lily, this is serious. You're suspended until we investigate." Suspended. Branded a liar. I left the gym, my sneakers squeaking on the polished floor, tears stinging my eyes as whispers followed me. She ruined the gala. What a loser. The suspension was just the start. The school posted about the prank on its website, not naming me but hinting heavily. A student's actions compromised our gala. My phone buzzed with texts from classmates. "Really, Lily? That's low." Others were crueler. "Loser. Freak." I turned it off, my hands trembling, my chest tight with humiliation. At home, I hid in my room, the curtains drawn, the air heavy with the scent of my mom's lavender candles. My parents believed me, but their support couldn't erase the shame. I overheard neighbors at the grocery store, their voices low. "That Tarker girl, always so quiet, figures she'd do something like this." The feeling of being so thoroughly misunderstood and publicly shamed was a suffocating pressure in my chest. I felt my identity, the quiet, honest girl I thought I was, being destroyed by a lie. Chloe, Jake, and Mia didn't stop. They posted on social media, vague but cutting. "Some people can't handle not being the center of attention," Chloe wrote, with a winking emoji. Jake shared a meme about prank fails, tagging Mia, who commented, "Karma's a bitch." My stomach twisted, my hands clenching my phone so hard, my knuckles whitened. They were enjoying my ruin. That realization, that my pain was their entertainment, fueled a deep, cold reservoir of resolve I didn't know I possessed. I tried to clear my name. I went to the principal with my side of the story, my voice shaking. "I was setting up tables, not the jars," I said. "Check the security cameras." But the cameras were out of angle, and my word wasn't enough against the trio's popularity. The school board upheld my suspension. 2 weeks, a permanent mark on my record. The worst was seeing Chloe at school before my suspension started. She leaned against her locker, her cheerleader skirt swishing, and smirked at me. "Tough break, Lily," she said, her voice dripping with fake pity. "Maybe next time, don't try so hard to stand out." Jake laughed, Mia snickered, and I felt like I was shrinking, my heart pounding with a mix of rage and helplessness. I walked away, feeling a searing burn of betrayal. In that moment, the timid girl vanished. In her place, there was only the fierce determination to prove them all wrong. But I wasn't helpless. I had something they didn't know about. I'd recorded everything. My planning notes, my conversations with the committee, even the gala itself, on my phone. I'd always recorded things, a habit from journaling my thoughts and recording myself practicing music. Those files were my lifeline. Proof I hadn't touched the jars. Lying in bed, the hum of my laptop fan filling the silence, I made a decision. "They don't get to win," I whispered. "I'm going to speak." That decision became Unmuted, my podcast. I'd always loved storytelling, writing in my journal, messing with audio apps on my phone. Now, I had a purpose. I spent my suspension in my room, the air thick with coffee and determination, teaching myself podcasting. My dad, seeing my focus, even bought me a decent USB microphone and some noise-canceling foam for the walls. My desk was a mess. Headphones tangled with chargers, notebooks scribbled with ideas. I didn't just want to clear my name. I wanted to reveal the rot at the core of their perfect reputations. I started digging, using my quiet observational skills and a deep dive into social media archives. I cross-referenced dates, tracked down burner accounts, and compiled a dossier of their true characters. I recorded my first episode, my voice shaky but clear, titled The Prank I Didn't Pull. I laid it all out, how I'd walked on the gala, how Chloe, Jake, and Mia framed me. I played clips from my recordings, my voice directing table setups, time-stamped videos showing me nowhere near the jars. Then I went deeper, digging into what I'd noticed about the trio over the years. Chloe's cheating on exams, copying answers from stolen test keys. Jake's theft of club funds, pocketing cash meant for the football team's gear. Mia's bullying, intimidating younger kids into silence. I had proof. Screenshots of Chloe's group chats, bragging about cheating. A voice note of Jake joking about borrowing club money. Texts from classmates too scared to speak up. The feeling of holding that kind of truth was intoxicating. It was power, quiet and absolute. Every word I recorded felt like a weight lifting. My hands trembled as I edited, my eyes burning from the screen's glare. But I kept going. I wasn't just clearing my name. I was exposing a truth no one else dared to touch. I launched Unmuted, anonymously, using a pseudonym, L. Parker, to avoid more backlash. I uploaded the first episode late at night, my heart pounding as I hit publish. I didn't send out an alert or post on my own dormant social media. I just uploaded it to the major platforms, let it sit there, and waited. The silence in my room deafening, wondering if anyone would listen. The response was explosive. By morning, Unmuted had hundreds of downloads, mostly from classmates sharing it in group chats. Students had been waiting for someone to speak up, for the facade to crack. By day 2, it hit thousands, students listening between classes, whispering in the halls. Parents emailed the school, demanding answers. Local news picked it up. Austin Teens podcast sparks school scandal. The school couldn't ignore it now. The board was forced to issue a statement saying they were reopening the gala investigation due to compelling new evidence brought to light. I kept going, releasing episodes weekly. The momentum was incredible. Episode 2 detailed Chloe's extensive cheating ring, with screenshots and testimonies from students she'd blackmailed into helping her. Episode 3 exposed Jake's theft of the club funds. My voice steady as I played his voice note and analyzed the club's publicly available and suspicious bank statements. Episode 4 covered Mia's pattern of systemic bullying, featuring anonymous, heartbreaking testimonies from younger kids I'd convinced to speak up through DMs. Each episode was meticulous, timestamps, evidence, my calm narration tying it together. I was using my quiet, nerdy precision to dismantle their popular chaos. I planned the timing carefully. The school board was holding a public meeting to address the gala, and I wanted Unmuted to peak then. I promoted it on social media, using burner accounts to stay anonymous, sharing clips that went viral. My bedroom became a studio, the walls lined with foam panels, my mic a weapon. I'd record late at night, my voice soft but unyielding, my heart racing with every upload. Chloe, Jake, and Mia had no idea it was me. They were too busy focusing on their own perfect image to ever suspect the quiet girl they humiliated. I heard through friends they were panicking, Chloe crying in the bathroom, Jake yelling at teammates to find the snitch. Mia stayed quiet, but her eyes were red, her usual smirk gone. They were turning on each other too, desperately trying to pin the blame for the other scandals on anyone but themselves. I didn't need to gloat. I just kept recording, letting the truth do the work. The school board meeting was packed. Parents, students, reporters. The gym buzzing with tension. I sat in the back, my hoodie pulled up, my phone recording, as the board announced an investigation into the gala and the trio's actions. My podcast was name-dropped. The principal's face tight as he said, "We're reviewing new evidence." I smiled, my heart light, knowing I'd set it all in motion. The investigation moved fast. By the time episode 3 dropped, the school board had undeniable proof, my recordings, screenshots, testimonies. Chloe, Jake, and Mia were called in, their parents trailing behind, faces grim. The findings were public. The trio had swapped the donation jars, planning the prank to spice up the gala. They'd framed me because I was an easy target, too quiet, too plain. They were suspended for the remainder of the semester, their college scholarships revoked due to ethical violations, and their reputations shattered. Chloe's cheerleading captain title was stripped. Jake was benched from football for the entire season, and Mia lost her spot in the honor society. Social media turned on them. Classmates posted clips from Unmuted, calling them out. The local paper ran a front-page story, "High School Trio Exposed by Anonymous Podcast." I returned to school after my suspension, my head high, my sneakers quiet on the linoleum. The halls felt different. No whispers, no sticky notes on my locker. Classmates nodded at me, some with respect, others with guilt. Chloe, Jake, and Mia avoided me, their eyes down, their usual swagger gone. Their isolation was complete. They had built their popularity on lies, and I had simply applied truth like a solvent. The real payoff came at a school assembly weeks later. The principal addressed the gala, apologizing for rushing to judgment and for the administration's earlier failings. He didn't name me, but his eyes found mine in the crowd. "We've learned the importance of truth," he said. I sat in the bleachers, my hands steady, a faint smile on my lips. After the assembly, Chloe approached me, her cheerleader uniform replaced with a plain hoodie, her eyes red and puffy. "Lily, we didn't mean for it to go this far," she said, her voice small and pathetic. The queen bee had finally lost her crown. I looked at her, my voice calm, quiet, and firm. "You made your choice, Chloe. You chose to lie and hurt someone for fun. I made mine. I chose the truth." Jake and Mia stood nearby, silent, their faces pale. I didn't wait for them to respond. I walked away, my backpack light on my shoulders, the weight of 2 years finally gone. Unmuted kept growing, covering other school issues, giving a voice to the silenced. I wasn't just the quiet kid anymore. I was the girl who turned silence into a roar. This wasn't about destroying Chloe, Jake, or Mia. It was about reclaiming my voice, my truth, my place. Being framed at 17 hurt deeply, but it also showed me what I'm capable of. I didn't need to shout or fight to win. I used evidence, patience, and a microphone to let the truth speak louder than their lies. Unmuted is my legacy, a platform for anyone who's been silenced, underestimated, or wronged. It's proof that you don't need to be loud to be heard. Chloe, Jake, and Mia learned that the hard way, and I hope they grew from it. So, what's the lesson? The best revenge isn't anger or drama. It's the quiet power of truth, delivered at the right moment. Keep your eyes open, your heart strong, and your voice ready. Because silence can pull the loudest mic drop of all. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and drop a comment below. Have you ever turned silence into strength? Or seen someone get the justice they deserved? Tell us about it. If you love real-life stories of resilience, truth, and sweet payback, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.